The point that I put to the Prime Minister today, Michael Kroger, was about the argument that's made by the likes of Greg Craven, Frank Brennan previously in recent weeks, and other eminent constitutional experts who are worried about the reference to executive government. In fact, there's a suggestion that the Solicitor General had advised that the voice should be to the Parliament and ministers, so that it doesn't necessarily incorporate or catch senior public servants within that. They're concerned about this being caught up in the High Court for years to come. These are supporters of the voice. So It's a challenge for Anthony Albanese to overcome. It's not just those who are fundamentally opposed to the principle, as you are, but those who support it, who worry about the legal wording of it still.
Absolutely. And look, there are other questions. I don't know whether any of your erstwhile learned colleagues at the press conferences have asked. To clarify for me two questions: does it mean the voice can lobby the Governor-General directly, because he is a member of he is the executive government ultimately? Can they lobby the Governor-General to ask him not to sign a bill into law that's been passed by both houses of the Parliament? So that's question number one. And the other question is, of course, that's been raised now is, does the voice have a right to stop Australia going to war? I mean, the Parliament doesn't have to be consulted by the Cabinet, but does the Cabinet have to consult the voice about whether Australia can go to war or not? And if that's true, well, that would be a preposterous proposition, that the people elected by the Australian public don't have to be consulted, but those that are not do.
Michael and Stephen, we're almost out of time. Just 20 seconds each. Your prediction for the New South Wales election. Stephen, first to you.
Look, I think there's a sneaking confidence from Sydney that the momentum is in Minns' favour, that minority government for Labor looks more likely, and there's even pundits. I saw Richo earlier in the week, and when it comes to New South Wales politics, I don't often ignore Richo's advice, and he had a smile on his face when he said no, majority government for Labor.
Okay, yeah, he's normally pretty close to the mark, isn't he? Michael, your thoughts?
Absolutely.
Well, 16 years is a big ask. Labor did in South Australia between 2002 and 2018. 4 wins in a row. 4's very hard. To go from 2011 to 2027, as much as Perrott Hayes done a great job, and I admire him greatly, I think the polls tell you it's more likely to be a Labor minority government, but I hope I'm wrong.
Michael, Stephen, great to see you. Catch you over the weekend.